This is Stacy Midlife Secrets. I have committed to come on my live at least every Sunday at 11 o'clock to bring to you things that I think will help you in your journey, in your midlife journey. We've all heard of the midlife crises. There's something very true about that, that when we hit our midlife stride, we begin to ponder some things. I think, right, depending on where we are, our social status, our family status, our church status, our friend status, our mom status. We begin to look at things in our midlife because I think at this point we recognize that we've completed a huge chunk of where we've been, and now we still have it. Well, depending on, we never know how long we have, but the Bible promises that the saints will reach 70. So that's part of the scripture. Three score. They said three score and ten. That's how the scripture describes it. That's a promise of the Lord. So I hope to make it, because then I'll feel a little bad if I don't. However, God's will be done, and yes. So anyway, so that's it. So we have this in our midlife. We know that we've got some, hopefully, a good chunk of time on the other side of our midlife. If we live to be 100, we have plenty of time in that sense, because we're under a lot of grace at that point. And I did read something in the scriptures that say that the Lord blesses people with long life who are strong. So if you are past if you're in your 80s, 90s, 100s, that's because the Lord felt that you were strong enough to get there, because it's truly not an easy thing to do, is to move into your midlife. I'm sorry, late life rather. Midlife ain't easy either. That's why I am doing this show, because I want to help you to navigate um, uh, your midlife, and not repeat mistakes, because you know what, I truly believe that mistakes are actually messaging. I think when we're trying something and we're new at it, it's inevitable that we're going to make some error, slight error or major error, we don't know. And I remember when I started practicing, my mom wanted to encourage me, and so she said to me, Stacy, you're going to make mistakes. You're new at this. And she gave me a story of my mother was a housekeeper. And so she gave me a story about how one of her people that she worked for, and I'm not going to, I don't want to mess the story up, so I'm going to give you just bare bones of it from what I recall the most, is that one of their sons was a huge attorney, like his billable hours were crazy. My billable hours never got even near his billable hours. My billable hours was around 350 an hour. I'm sure his was way somewhere in the stratosphere. But anyway, he made a multi million dollar mistake. And I mean, it was way up there, and he recovered. And so my mother told me that story. She said, she wanted me to know that, yeah, you're gonna make mistakes along the way, Stacey, and quite frankly, I did. And she said, but you'll recover. You will definitely recover from your mistakes. So I feel that this is what my show is about, is helping you feel a little bit better about who you are and where you are in life, and the best way to get through this thing we call life. So I'm going to start off with a midlife secret. So the midlife secret I'm going to start off with today is, I'm going to tell you who your best friend is. And you may completely disagree, which is your prerogative. Your best friend. Are you ready for it? Yep. A mirror. That's your best friend. One of these little simple little things, you know. I have one on my door, so that when I'm getting dressed in the morning, I can see if I'm matching head to toe. And then I have one by the door, because I wear a lot of hats. So I have one on the way out the door, so that I can see if this hat looks right, if I'm wearing it right, or should I switch it, and I have tons of hats. So yes, that's just basic. That's just a basic reason to have a mirror. You know, make sure nothing up your nose before you go outside. But yes, this thing right here, a mirror, is your friend. And let me say this. Um, I have a friend that says to me all the time, the mirror doesn't lie. It doesn't lie. It's a reflection. It's back at you, right? It doesn't lie. It does not lie. And why should it? I mean, hey, it's an inanimate object, so it has no reason to lie. So you can trust what you see in the mirror. So that's a key midlife secret, because you can see where you're going. You can see whether your waist is expanding. You can see whether or not you know what's going on with your face. You know whether how well you're aging, how well you're not aging. You can see your skin. It's your largest organ. Actually, it's your largest organ, and it's very important to keep healthy, because it shows in your nails, it shows in your toes, it shows your skin. So, and I have a tip for that too that I'll give you after we get through this segment of why this thing right here is so important. um, I had a friend. I'm going to tell you a story. I have a best friend. Hi there. Thank you for joining me. Lean Bean 8376. I didn't put my glasses on, but I'm not going to go and get them now. Next time I'll remember to make sure I wear my glasses so I can read the comments. But thank you so much for joining me. So let me say what happened. So I had a bestie. I have a bestie. He's still with us, and we went to law school together. And he started like life late. He went to school. He had a full practice, right? He had a full practice, and he decided after a while to give up his practice as a tax consultant to become a lawyer. And so that's how I met him in law school. But so he was an older gentleman in law school even, and so he lives in Columbus, Ohio. That's my hometown. And so I would go to visit. And he was my go-to guy. When I came to Columbus, he and I would just have a ball. We'd go out to eat. We'd go to the movies. We just really, really vibed very well since law school. And we got along beautifully. He got diagnosed with a form of cancer that hits a lot of men. And it changed him. And I hadn't seen him in a long time, so I didn't realize the level of change that had occurred in my friend. So I'm now a grandma at this point, and my granddaughter is a couple of years old, and we decided to go. I said, I'm coming to get you, Woody. We're going to go to a playground and play with my granddaughter. So, so he was ready. He was game. He said, let's explore the playground. When my friend showed up, it wasn't my friend. It was like, where's my buddy? Where's my fun guy? Where's my guy that, enjoys life? He was, even his face seemed, I don't want to say contorted, but his face seemed really sad. His countenance was different. And he was like, okay, where we going? Okay, I don't know if I came over here to see you. Okay, yeah. That's how his face looked. And I can't tell you how sad that made me, because he was my go-to. He was my fun in Columbus, because Columbus is a trigger for me, having lived there as a child and had a lot of things going on that children really shouldn't experience in America because we're so wealthy. But hey, there's poverty everywhere. So we were in poverty, so all that went with poverty. But so he was my go-to guy when I got to Columbus. He was my fun guy. He was, like I said, the guy that I wanted to see when I got to Columbus, because I knew we were going to have a good time. But his face was like this. Where is this park, and who's driving? And let me tell you what I did, y'all. I don't know why I did it. I just grabbed one of these. And while he was in it, I held it up to his face. I held it up to his face, and I said, who's this guy? Who is this guy? I don't even know if I want to hang out with this guy today. Who is this guy? And when he saw his reflection, something triggered inside of him, because that wasn't the guy he wanted to be. But he had been sick. He thought he might die at some point. And it all caught up. And it was just this avalanche that hit him, and he didn't pivot. He was still in that vein, that mode. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist. I don't know what you would call it, diagnose it as. But the beautiful thing about it is that he saw it. He caught it like I caught it. We're friends. We're friends since like years. He saw that reflection, and something triggered in him. So we ended up going to the park. Let me tell you what happened. This tall, buff, built dude I looked over and he was on a pogo stick. He was literally jumping on a pogo stick and enjoying the park. So I'm grateful that I caught that for my friend, because listen, that's another midlife secret. We'll get to that another day. But yes, so he caught himself. We caught each other in the moment. We at that moment became a new bond, a new level of bond, because he trusts me and I trust him. And there's no way I'm gonna go hang out on my fun day. Look, guys doing like this. Like, where are we? We're at the park. He was on a pogo stick jumping. Okay, so I'm gonna let that one rest. But anyway, so that's my very important secret to midlife. Look around your friends. Oh my gosh, if you do that, look, how do I say this? I'm a fighter, and because I'm tiny, so I'm tiny, and when I was growing up in my community, this, so it was fighting. I had to fight. I fought a lot when I was growing up. I did. I'm so sorry. I fought a lot. Not sorry. I'm saying that's not the correct word. Because I've grown out of it, because I realized that what anger can do to you. Anger will destroy you. Bitterness and anger will give you a screw face. That's what I'm going to call it, a screw face. Anger and bitterness will give you a screw face. Happiness will give you a face full of joy, love, makes you approachable. A lot of you wonder why people aren't approaching you. Because who wants to approach somebody that looks like this? Hi. Okay. Right. Don't be that scary person that nobody wants to approach, because you haven't resolved whatever it is, or no one had the decency or the friendship to put a mirror up to your face and say, do you see what you look like right now? Can you feel it? Because I can feel that energy off of you. I can feel that you are not in this moment with me. You're just not in this moment with me. And wherever you are, I need you to come back from that place if it's dark. And I need you to be lighthearted. Oh, it says I lost my connection. I apologize for that. There's some things we can't control, right? But we can control our screw face. So I want to know, if you are with a friend this week, this month, this year, and you notice that beautiful, happy smile, that pleasant smile, that pleasant face turns into... I want to know if you're going to hold a mirror up to your friend and say, hey, look what I see. And have that conversation. Where are you now? Right? Oh, thank you. Sending love from Florida where it's warm. What's a good book you recommend for young people? Oh, okay. The Bible. I can answer that. The Bible. A teenage... they have King James has a teenage Bible version, which I've given out to people, and yes, over the years, it's a really good Bible to read as a teen, because a study Bible will have not just the scriptures on it, but it will also have explanations as to why the stories are being told and the background. So they'll have historical perspective. I think so. That's the book I would recommend at this point. I would not recommend the Left Behind series, because I think they're biblically inaccurate. I don't know why I said that, but yes, because a lot of the people on my channel know that I'm a born again, and so I just want to throw that out there too. Just came to my top of mind at this point. But my son's read it, and I think it actually made a difference. But I think going forward, to know better is to do better and to grow better, right? So that's why we're going to do the mirror trick with our friend. Do you have a friend in mind who you want to do the mirror trick with, or your mom or your dad, right? Right? Do you have someone oh, thank you for my sweater. I'm so easily distracted, so y'all gotta help me with this. One of the things that they say about trial lawyers, and I'm a former trial attorney, and is that we can multitask like a mug, right? Which not multitask, but multi uh, focus, I guess. Because anyway, so let me just say this little story really quickly. No, I'm going to scratch that. But thank you for the compliment on the sweater. And I didn't. What was my favorite? What was your favorite? What was your favorite Christmas gift? Oh Lord, you know what's your name? Ken. I don't have my glasses on, Ken, so I got it straight. But I don't do Christmas anymore, and that's a whole other story for another midlife show. I don't do Christmas anymore. I actually celebrate Hanukkah because, as you can tell, if I'm telling people to give out Bibles to their teens, I'm pretty much biblically based. And if you don't like that, I'm okay with that. Do you? That's all I say. Do you and be happy. Don't let somebody have a reason to hold up a mirror to your face and say, woo, bro, I don't know what you're going through, but you need to lay off that and pick up something new like happiness, joy, peace, love, all of those good things. So yeah, so this is only a 30-minute show until I can get my YouTube legs. So we don't have much time left, and I need to get a little clock here so that I can keep track of the time. But yes, thank you for the compliments and thank you for the questions. You can keep them coming. Do you always know? Oh, no, Ken. I wanted to do what I'm doing right now. I wanted to be in the dramatic arts. I'm a people person. I think that's what made my legal career easier than it could have been because I fell into being a lawyer. I didn't aspire to be a lawyer. I aspired to act. That was it. And life showed up. Midlife showed up. Early life showed up. Life just gonna show up. So yeah, and I tell that story about how I was sort of just trying to decide what I wanted to do at one point, and human angel appeared and suggested that I go to law school, and that's what I did. So, why do you want to be a lawyer? Did you always want to be a lawyer, kid? Was that your thing, or did you have a family member that wanted to be a lawyer, or did you grow up under a lawyer? Because I know how complex that can be. So let's see. What is a piece of advice would you give your 16-year-old self if you could go back? Let me pause on that. Let me think about that. What would I do? And no, I'm not of Jewish descent. Except for my family used to always tell me I was a black Jew because, I don't know. Maybe we have to get my sister Lawana on this show because she started that, calling me a black Jew. And I think because I've always been, I don't know, I'm not even going to touch that one. Because, but the reason why I keep Hanukkah and stuff is because that's biblical. Yeah. Oh, you tried going to law school, but you got married. Okay. And you got rejected 3 times. Now I'm running a family. Hey, you did the right thing. Oh, back to my friend. I don't know when you logged on, but back to my friend that I had to hold the mirror up to because he was being a screw face. He so regretted law school. He so regretted it. He struggled with the bar. He never could conquer the bar. And he felt like a failure. And I never saw him as a failure. I didn't, because he was a certified public accountant before he decided to use this money that he had to go to law school. And so I think it was a GI Bill or something. So yeah, so definitely, I think God saved you, possibly. I don't know how big that dream was of you to go to law school, but God possibly saved you and redirected you. And my son-in-law is an HVAC guy, and he makes money, good money. He's taking care of his family. So I think maybe you got redirected by God, because actually, I did not enjoy my practice. The only thing that I liked about it, and this is another midlife tip for moms especially, or dads that are single, that are carrying the full load in the house. I was not a single mother. I would never profess to be a single mother, because the fathers of my children were present, okay, as best as they could with all their things going on. But yes, so as a mom, it made me economically be able to work fewer hours. Yeah, because money's never been my pursuit. So therefore, it worked out. It worked out. And the best part of being a lawyer was being a trial lawyer, because I got to stand in front of strangers and talk to them, which I like doing. And now look, fast forward, I'm doing a YouTube show just for you. So yeah, so I hope that helped you. Don't live life with regrets. You know, everything happens for a reason. That was my mother saying. She would always say, Stacy, everything happens for a reason. I added this. I added this. And let's hope it's for a good reason, right? Yeah, I added that. Let's hope it's for a good reason, because I think everything does happen for a reason. Absolutely, positively. Absolutely, positively. Everything does happen for a reason. So you didn't go to law school because you were supposed to go to law school. Hear it from me. Okay? And I hope you enjoy being an HVAC guy. And it's never too late. When I was in law school, though, I'm going to tell you this. Now, I don't know how bad it was burning, but there was a doctor, a medical doctor in my class, and he decided he wanted to go back to law school in his 70s. And he did. It's a 3-year program, you already know. And so he came back to law school, and he was planning to use his legal knowledge in his medical practice. I don't know if he was planning to become an attorney representing people for medical malpractice. It could have been what he's seen in his practice, because we know that much of what happens during in the medical profession is malpractice. It's horrible how risky it is going to the doctor, to the hospitals and stuff like that. Maybe we'll do a show on that about midlife. You're welcome. I added to please. Let me tell you, I added to please. This show is about lifting you up on Sunday morning, because most people in my sphere are in church right now. A lot of them. I'll talk about that too. I'm not in church. I offered you to come here on Sunday morning because in addition to knowing the Bible quite well and keeping the Bible these days, I worship on Saturday. Just FYI. That's why you're here with me on Sunday. And I hope you take away something that'll make your day. Does anybody know what time it is? Can somebody put in the chat what time it is? Because I don't want to overdo my time, because if I've invited you to come to talk with me and I said it's going to be 30 minutes, I want to keep my word to you. Does anybody, can you tell me? Ken, can you tell me? Is that your name? I can't see, because, no, wait, I messed up your name. I think it's, hey, let me look a little close. What is your name? Oh, yeah, Ken. I got it right. Okay, Ken. Because it looked like Gene from a distance. I was like, wait, did I see what I saw? Anyway, it's 10:22 in Houston. Oh, you're down in Houston. Oh, you guys got some, my cousin was just down there for his daughter's wedding, and he said he didn't bring the right clothes because he was thinking it was going to be much warmer than it was, and he was freezing. So, hopefully your weather, yeah, it's still cold. Yeah, we're in a polar vortex. We were in one last year, and I guess it didn't go away. It's here for winter 2026, meaning we're going to have a super cold winter. Yeah, I think it's all across the country. I think polar vortexes affect all of us, all across the USA, and around the world too, of course, but we're concerned about where we are, our neck of the woods. So thank you for that. It's 11:22, so I have about 8 minutes left. So what else? I took some notes last night, because actually I was excited about getting on. This is a lot, y'all. I so respect YouTubers. Anybody that gets up here every day and puts their face out here and and they can't come on there with a screw face. Somebody will not. They don't get handed a mirror. They get handed a cease and desist. If you offend the wrong people, you could get hit with a no. We're not interested in that show. No, because we ain't making money over here. We are making money over here at YouTube, and we want you to be part of it. But our game, our rules. Don't hate the player, hate the game. So I have decided I like YouTube so far. But anyway, so here are my notes. This is my notes, right? So the other thing that I wanted to share with you is, here we go. So this is in line with what my mirror story about, looking in the mirror, see how you look. It was be true to yourself. And we're going to end on that one, right? Be true to who? Hey, point your finger at yourself. Be true to who? You. Be true to you. The biggest Oh, my mom. And we're gonna hear a lot about my mom on this channel because here's a picture of us together. Wait, I keep it right here to inspire me. She's long gone, but there's my mama and me when I was a little girl. I don't know if you can see that. So I keep her here for inspiration because my mother, oh, she had so many struggles in life. And you know what though? I always say if my mama, having little or nothing material wise, can have joy in her heart, ready for a party, ready for fun, ready to entertain, then who am I to complain? Come on, y'all. This is 2026 America. And whether we like certain things about it or don't like certain things about it, oh, thank you, Ken. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're here, but we're in a good place, relatively speaking. If we look around the world and realize that Father chose us to be here in this time, in this dispensation, it's a blessing to be in America right now. And I'm gonna squeeze every ounce of joy I can out of here because, hey, we never know what tomorrow holds for us. But anyway, I'm just gonna finish with this one because I don't want to go over my time. And I appreciate your time, like I said. Coming to being true to yourself, being true to you. And my mom, that's how I got my mom, right? My mother always said to me, and I don't know, my mother was a true mom. She really wanted to raise healthy children. And she said to me, you can lie to other people, don't lie to you. Don't lie to yourself. Yeah, don't lie to yourself. Yeah, you can lie to anybody else for whatever reason. And guess what? The Ten Commandments don't even say don't lie. It says, it don't outright say don't lie. And in fact, there's 2 women in the Bible that are called blessed. 2. I bet you can guess one. Put it in the comments who we know the one woman was that was counted blessed among women. Who was it? Y'all need a hint? Mary, since nobody said it. Mary. The other woman, which I said I was on purpose of hard to remember her name, actually killed somebody to save her people. Yep, she did. And next, I'll tell that story next time. But anyway, she's considered blessed. Oh, Mary Magdalene? No, Mary, the mother of Jesus. She was considered blessed. She's considered blessed among women. And if any women that are watching, there's a quote in the Bible that I aspire to live up to. It says, "May your children someday rise up and call you blessed." Can you imagine that? One day your children will look at you and say, "Mom, you're blessed." And how can they say that? Because why? What is your best guess? If your child can rise up one day and call you blessed, it had to be because you were a blessing to them. So yeah, so Mary, this other lady who saved her people by murdering this murderous king, they're the only 2 women in the Bible that are referred to as blessed among women. So you gotta get your children to call you blessed if you want to be blessed among your crowd. So yeah, so that's it. Be true to you. Oh, look, and here's a book. Now look, this guy. I don't know if I'm gonna share this time because this guy. It's a long story. He's anyway. So I have the page. Let me go ahead and read a little bit. If you don't mind, can you indulge me a little bit? He talks about life being a theater, life being a stage. And being on this theater called life is not an easy feat because we're in a I asked God to a couple of times, like, God, why am I on planet Earth? Because this place is rough, right? It's full of all kinds of stuff, right? And we have to navigate through it to get to back home. But anyway, so this guy, I learned something reading about him. He's, I hate to say the word because people are going to say, oh, God, I watched Stacey's video and that screw face. And guess what she is? She's a this or that. Let me tell you something. I am just a woman trying to get through this life and try to get to the other side because I believe in the promise that life gets better on the other side because it's a perfection on the other side and we're going through a perfection process and we have to get perfected, right? Right. So that's what I say. So, but anyway, but let me just read you what he says about the Dracula story. He says that You can Dracula, he can victimize only the weak and the ignorant and the foolish and the unspiritual. In life, everyone can recall griefs caused by one's own senselessness and egotism. That's what my mom also said too. Stacy, you bring your problems on yourself. It's a problem on your doorstep. Honestly, odds are you brought that problem to you. Yeah, you did. You did something you should have done, shouldn't have done. Like you said, egotism, whatever it was, you brought that problem to your door. And guess what my mom said about accepting that fact? Is that guess who gets to fix it? You! You never give anybody your power. Midlight secret 2. Never give anybody your power. Never. Never, ever, ever turn your power over to someone other than your Father in heaven. Yes. He is the one who gets your power. You can share the throne. You can share the business. You can share your life. No power. Don't give away your power. Hold on to your power. Because your power, if you're in the Word of God, your power is truly from on high. Because that's when our Messiah was able to work miracles. When he was imbued, when he stood there and the Spirit of the Lord got in him, then what did he do? He worked miracles. And what was his first miracle? We're going to end on this party tip. His first miracle was changing at the wedding the water to what? Wine. Hey, but again, check it. Because winos have a certain look too, but I don't think of putting their face in the mirror is going to help a wino. That's prayer. All right. Thank you, Ken, for joining me on my second live ever on YouTube. I'm hoping to be here every Sunday at 11 o'clock. Please tell a friend, bring a friend, drop a comment. If you're watching this in the replay, let me know where you're from and what you would like to know. And oh yes, I am teaching Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. Who don't know that, that's where I am in my walk. After being in a church since I was knee-high to a baby, I was raised in the Catholic Church. I am now a Torah girl. And I hope it doesn't get me in too much trouble. Because the truth will get you shot if you're not careful and prayerful and walking with the Lord. All right. Thank you, guys. I did it. I made it because of you. You encouraged me, Ken. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now. And you're quite welcome. And I hope to see you next Sunday at the same time. Now I got to figure out how to end this live. Okay, here we go. I think that's the button. Is that the button? Yes, that's the button. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.